Hello, my name is Christiane Maas. I'm the director of the Research Center for Easy Language at the University of Hildesheim, and I want to talk to you about easy language in Germany with a focus on research. But let me start with some remarks about the development of easy language in Germany before I then introduce you to our Center for Easy Language and to our partners in practice and research and some of our publication projects. And I will conclude with some insights and questions that are now at our agenda. Easy language in Germany originates from the empowerment movement. We have important groups that have engaged in the struggle for easy language that are from the empowerment movement, for example, People First Germany or the network Easy Language, Netzwerk Leichte Sprache, which is the most important association of people and groups acting on the market of easy language, also politically in Germany, and has been for the last 10-15 years. Also important is the Inclusion Europe movement, which has had an impact on easy language for different languages, as well as also it's the same situation for Germany. They have pointed out that there is a demand for an easy to understand language, and they also have provided guidelines for easy to understand German, for easy language, which are widely known and widely used in the for publication or for writing texts in different circumstances. The target groups of easy to read German, of easy language, are people with communication impairments. These communication impairments may have different reasons. One reason is disability, different kinds of disability, for example, cognitive impairment or aphasia or dementia type illnesses lead to reduced capacities of processing text, especially expert texts from legal or political or medical topics or institutions. Also, people with divergent educational opportunities may have a need of easy language, and also people that have come to Germany as adults. They have not passed through our school system and have another language than German as a first language, and they might find texts too complicated, texts that they are confronted with. But the last two groups that I mentioned do not have legal rights in easy language, but the first group actually does have legal rights at the moment in Germany. We have a solid framework, legal framework for easy language in Germany. Easy language is mentioned in the Act on Equal Opportunities for People with Disabilities, and it has been implemented with the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, with different types of regulations for different text types, so people can claim easy language texts in different areas of their everyday life. Easy language is actually mentioned as a means to provide communicative accessibility in the Act on Equal Opportunities for Persons with Disabilities, and it is also implemented in different action plans and will also be part of the implementation of the European Accessibility Act in Germany that is due until 2025. Now I want to present you the Research Center for Easy Language. There you are. This is our staff at the University of Hildesheim. The Research Center for Easy Language was founded on the 1st of January 2014. We have 14 researchers and translators there at the moment, and we do all kinds of scientific publications, translation projects with different partners. We do professional training and also translation certificates, for example, with the Federal Association of Interpreters and Translators, which is the biggest federal or the biggest association, professional association of interpreters and translators in Germany. We also have a master program which is called Accessible Communication, Barrierefreie Kommunikation, at the University of Hildesheim, which is in place since October 2018. And we also have cooperations with different partners, for example, at the Hanover Medical School in a PhD program, which is called Chronic Disease and Health Literacy, and is funded by the Robert Bosch Stiftung. And one of the issues is as well comprehension or comprehensible communication as a basis of health literacy. Our partners in research and practice, we have worked with a lot of institutions or tendering authorities in the area of legal communication, in the area of education and culture, with different museums. We have worked with the media, with broadcasting associations on different levels. We have made different projects with those partners. We have worked with partners from the field of inclusion, and the latest newcomer during the last two or 3 years, the collaboration work has intensified in the field of medical communication, which is very much on the agenda in Germany at the moment, with regard to comprehensible information texts that are accessible to people with enhanced comprehensibility needs. Our partners in research are, for example, the partners at the University of Mainz-Germersheim under the direction of Professor Silvia Hansen-Schirra. She's, for example, the head of the research group Simply Complex that do research, empirical research on the necessary qualities of easy language texts for people belonging to different groups, different disabilities, for example, or for different backgrounds. So we need to understand better how the texts will have to be made in order to make them really helpful in the different situations. We also added a platform, a book series, which is called Easy Plain Accessible, and a lot of considerable number, let's put it like this, of books have appeared during the last year in this book series, Easy Plain Accessible. We also collaborate with Anna Matamala from the University of Barcelona, who is the leader of the EASIT project that we also participate in. It's a project about easy language in audiovisual contexts. And there is also another project, which is the Handbook of Easy Language in the Media. And we cooperate with the partners of this book. Our publications, just to name a few, there is the Rule Book, which is a Regelbuch Leichte Sprache, which are scientifically founded easy language rules. We enlarged on that in the Duden Leichte Sprache, which has been sold in more than 10,000 copies since 2016. We have also published the Handbook Accessible Communication, first in German, but now we have the English translation of this manual almost ready, and it will appear in this year, hopefully, or early next year, the Handbook Accessible Communication. There is one important work of Isabel Rink, who made an investigation of easy language in the legal context, so different text types of legal communication. There is another book with recent research, different research projects are presented, and there is my latest book from 2020, where I talk about the difficulties to balance comprehensibility on the one side and acceptability on the other side, and most of these books are also available online. Let me take the last minute for some concluding remarks on what remains to do and what we have already achieved. We have a great demands on the translators. They have to make profound changes on the text. This is not easy. They need professionalization. And the market of easy language translation is still unregulated, and we have not always the necessary quality of the texts that is present. We have an insufficient number of specialized translators available on the market, especially in the field of expert communication, like legal texts or medical texts. And we have different groups that are in need of such texts, so we need research here. And we have to consider that the market is not or the actors on the market are not fully equipped to translate expert texts, and these are the very texts that are legally required for the audience of easy language. But on the other hand, we have seen a very fast development within a small number of years. We have seen an improvement of the legal situation. We have seen a lot of research in this field. The rules have been developed. We have the first empirical studies, and we have a new market for translators. And we have also the attention from the public. So easy language is on the agenda, and it is very visible in Germany. So what we have seen is that the text volume of easy language text has increased, and we have a discourse about comprehensibility as a value in society. And so we do consider that there is a certain type of professionalization. The topic is on the agenda, and so we can be glad about what has been achieved during the last years. My presentation finishes here, and I wish you profit from what I related here, and I would be very glad to hear from you.